Hello and happy Friday. Welcome, welcome to those that arrive. Yeah, my internet is really slow. Trying to find this stuff. I know there's so many kids online now. Morning, Rosie. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so, a big portion of West Sac went back to school this week, Wednesday. And then next week on Wednesday, the rest do. And it'll be interesting to see what happens to our internet out here. But welcome, it's Friday. Looks like there's 4 of you here. Although that's not always accurate. Okay. So, Linda is waiting to draw with her granddaughter this afternoon. That's fine. A lot of people draw. I think now more people are drawing when the videos aren't live than they are live. Which, again, I might adjust the schedule. I don't know. I don't want to have them go all not live because I lose something in that too. Like I do like doing them live, but this going back to school thing is definitely different. It's changing. And, when we drew before, there were so many kids online because there wasn't a lot of structure into the schooling, but now there is structure. So, kids aren't just sitting at home, like trying to figure out what to do all day. So anyway, we are doing, school week still. Today is our doodle page. Today will be in pen, so I'm not doing pencil. If you would like to draw yours in pencil, you can, but I'm going to go ahead and do this one in pen. And then I will upload the drawing to the group for those that would like to just color it. I think I still have to upload Wednesday's drawing too. I'm a little bit bad at that. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm testing out a new thing and drawing on hats. If you're wondering, I did draw that. Yeah, that's all, guys. Let's start drawing. What do you say? I'm going to flip you guys around. Turn my light on. If you went back to school this week, I hope it went well for you. I hope you had a good week at school. We start Wednesday of next week, and I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be different, but we'll all figure it out, and be nice for my son to see some friends online and things like that. So, okay, so I'm going to draw. Let's start with a little line. And then I'm going to draw almost like the bottom of a pear shape, kind of curve out. Same on the other side. I'm going to do 2 arches up above. It's really warm here already. I got a walk in this morning trying to get out before it got too hot. I know, I had a pear for dinner last night. I'm still eating the pears. I put them in my fridge so they would last longer. And in here in the middle, I'm going to draw two rectangular shapes with a little bit of space in between them. Those do not match whatsoever. And then I'll do the little flap. This is a backpack if you haven't caught on already. So I'll put the little flap and do some little stitching marks. And then let's do a pocket. I'm going to do a big pocket. And I'm going to do something here. So I don't like how different these are. I don't like how short this is. So I'm going to add a little bit down here, and then I'll just put a line here. And look at that. Now they match more. I'm going to put some stitch lines down the middle of these little straps. And I'll do a little line across this as well. So there we have a little backpack. You could also draw some little backpack, handles, the part that goes on the back. Or what I'm going to do is just pretend like they exist on the other side and I wouldn't see them. Next up, I'm going to draw a circle as best I can. I'm going to put a little rectangle on top of the circle. Down at the bottom, I'm going to do a rectangle that's open. And I'm going to close this off, though, with kind of a hot dog shape. I'm going to add a little border down here at the bottom to give it that look like it's a stand. And then another little rectangle up on the top here. And now we're going to do a line. I'm going to start with the outer one. So it's going to start at the top of this rectangle and follow the edge of the globe, if you didn't gather, and come down towards the bottom. And then you'll do another one inside of that. And you could do little lines on this. Usually it has almost what looks like a little kind of ruler off to the side. So we'll just put some of those little detailed lines. Some I'm making longer than others. And then just for the land, I'm just going to draw some wavy lines. I'm not really going to just perfectly try to, draw the United States and all that. Sometimes when you're doing a globe, just throw on some kind of wavy shapes and call it good. Everyone will know what they're supposed to be looking at. Another little globular down here. There's our globe. up here, I'll kind of put it in the middle here. I'm going to draw a curved edge rectangle. Almost squarish. And then up towards the top, I'll include another. And then let's do some buttons. So little curved edge rectangles. I'm going to do a couple rows of those. And then a couple rows, or a row, sorry, not fitting another one in, row of circles for a little calculator. And you could actually write something on the screen. You know, you could have some numbers, 1.7. And okay, over here, I'm going to draw another circle smaller than my globe. This next drawing is probably everybody's least favorite. It's mine for sure. I'm going to do two tiny little lines up at the top of that with a circular shape. And then off to the side, I'm not going to have this connected. It's just going to kind of be floating. I'm going to do a half circle and a half circle, a little tip on the top of that, and then let's do some little action lines. We'll draw another circle inside. Two little legs, so I'll do two little lines out to the side over here, two little lines out to the side over here with a little foot. And then you can put your 12, 3, 6, 9. And you could do some dash lines in between the numbers, or you can just have the numbers, or you could do no numbers and just do the dashes, however you want to do the face of your clock. And then I'm going to put a little dot in the center, an arrow out one direction that's a little bit shorter, and an arrow another direction that's a little bit longer. For our little alarm clock, I dread waking up to an alarm clock. Most of the time I just wake up anyway. All right, let's see. Let's do a small little hot dog shape. And then from where this opening is, it's going to come down and out. down and out. And then we'll come straight across. And I'm going to do a little wavy liquid line and a line inside that kind of hugs the edges. I'm going to put circles inside that. It's my little chemistry bottle. And then I'm going to put some circles coming out of it. You could also do some little wavy lines coming out instead. And this could also be rounded on the bottom, or you could draw two. You could have another one here off to the side. In fact, let's do that. Let's layer some. So I'm going to draw another little hot dog shape. I'm still going to do that long neck, and then I'm going to do the round ball. That ball-shaped beaker. And this time I'll just do the liquid line all the way to the edge, and I'll have little wavy lines coming up out of it. Let's put over here, we're going to do kind of a curved line and then turn that into a circle. We're going to do an apple. They always say an apple for the teacher, and yet I don't think I've ever given a teacher an apple. In the center where it dips down, you're going to do a little tiny pointed triangle, and then you can kind of do the back edge of that apple back behind it. And I'll put a little leaf. We can have some wavy lines over here. And then put our little music notes just kind of floating in them. So I'm going to do a little oval shape, color it in, the thicker line coming up, and a little flag up at the top. I'll do one here that has the two ovals colored in, a line on that outer edge, and then connect them. And then maybe one down here that just comes straight up. For our music, in here, let's draw a rectangle. And then we're going to put a curved line off the top of it and bring a line up and down a little bit short. We can do a little curve down here at the bottom and then kind of connect these two so we have a little bit of a spine on our book. And then inside this space, just fill it with lots of little lines so it looks like pages. And then you could put anything you want on the cover. So you could have it be a certain subject. I'm going to draw a little rectangle inside the book. And then I'll put math inside that. And then maybe I'll put some of my little like math symbols. We could have a plus sign, a division sign. Now let's do another circle right here. You can make this as big or as small as you want. I'm going to do 2 ovals. And color those in for the eyes. And you can leave a little circle of light, or you can just color them in solidly. I'm just coloring them in solid so it sticks with that kind of emoji look. I'm going to put 2 curved lines, one on each side for the eyebrow. And then I'm going to have a line coming in and in. Let's connect these 2. This can be curved. And then this one, you're just going to kind of come up a bit and back down. And then you can put some of those little like lines across, or you could decorate your little mask. I'm going to add lines there and make those look more like straps for our little face mask guy. Now up here, I'm going to come back up here. I'm going to draw the top portion of a square, leaving the bottom open for now. So just start with that square shape. And you can close this off with a slight curve. And then at the top of it, you're going to add a slight curve as well. Have the sides come out. And then they come down. And then you can connect the bottom with a slight curved line. I'm going to put another little square inside of this, just kind of following the edges, leaving a bigger amount of room at the bottom than I'm leaving on the sides. And I'm going to do 2 eyes. These eyes, I'll put little circle of lights in them. I'm going to do 2 in each. And then I can color the rest of that in. Sometimes when we draw the objects, we'll just draw the object, and then other times it's kind of fun to like humanize them and give them little faces. So that's like what we're doing here, giving something a face. I colored in that circle of light, so let's just go to 1. Let's give him a smile right in the center. I can do 2 little, tiny little eyebrows. You can barely see that. And then you can write however you want across if you feel like you can fit it. Again, this is one of those things when you're working in pen, you kind of just have to go for it and hope that your wording is going to fit. So I'm going to put in caps sanitizer. Maybe I'll give him a little heart. And then you could also, inside of this, you could put some little circles. You know, when you have that hand sanitizer, you can always see kind of those little bubbles inside of it. So it kind of makes it cute, just gives it a little bit of detail, just doing those little tiny sanitizer bubbles inside your little sanitizer man. So see, just like that. And then I'm going to put a little rectangle right here, which is like the little area you would open the lid of your hand sanitizer. Of course, it wouldn't be school without a pencil. So let's do a line, come straight down. And then bring it to a point. You can color the tip, and then I do a little zigzag across. I'm going to add a line here and then do some lines going across. I add my eraser at the end because I like that to be more curved. So for just the pencil, you know, I'm doing, this is like the metal part, and then you do a little curved end for your eraser. And then you can do some kind of lines down your pencil. Now you could give your pencil a face if you want to make him kind of silly. Up here, I'll do that like kind of bean shape. Kind of reminds me of a bean. And then right about in the middle, you're going to put a circle. It's our little art palette. We can't have back to school without some art. And then around the edges, you can just draw little globs of your paint. And so these you would color in colors. And this would be your little center part that your thumb goes through to hold your palette. And let's see, what else should we draw on here? Let's do something sports related. So I'm going to draw another circle down here. And then inside this circle, I'll do kind of a curved line over here off to the edge. See if I can get this right. And then this top line would be curving down into it and coming back up. The middle line would be more straight. And then the bottom would be curving the opposite way. And you'd have a basketball shape, so you'd color that in orange for your basketball. And now with a doodle page, you know, we kind of have done this a couple times with a couple different doodle pages that we've done, but what ends up being kind of fun is like adding little filler. So, you know, you could do things in here like just writing alphabet letters, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. You can, you could do things like adding some of your, you could do more music notes. You could have more of your math symbols, and I would probably do those a little bit more fun and make them like block letters. So maybe we have a plus here, a little division sign over here. Pound signs. You could do hearts. You could also do things like little thumbtacks. Like, so I would draw a little circle, kind of more of an oval, and then curve in and out. Connect that. And then add another curve down here at the bottom, and then do a little pin. So you could draw lots of those. You could add more things in like crayons. You know, we drew a pencil, but you could draw like a shorter, stubbier rectangle. I'm going to make this a little bit fatter. I'll add a little bit to the bottom, make it curved edge. Add a stripe in. Add an oval in, which is where it would say like Crayola. I'm just going to color it in black. You could add glue sticks. We've drawn some of these things before in past school drawings. And then for this, you would have a little kind of curved top that comes in, and then it would come up to a little triangle on the top for your crayon. Yep, you could have a ruler. So with a ruler, I usually just do a long rectangle. Now, if you want to write the numbers, you can, like 1, 2, 3, all the way to 12, or you can kind of just do little lines. And so that way you don't have to worry about making those numbers fit perfectly. Just by giving the little lines, it gives it that ruler look. Do some of your little stars. You could even do letters, you know, if you're good at like the bubble letters or the block letters, you can do some of those. Like maybe I do another ABC, but it's all in block letters. You could do a school bus if you had the room. You know, some of it is just making the space for it. You could have, so let's do kind of a curve shape here that's open at the bottom for now. And I'll actually have this extend down on both sides and then connect with a curve line. And then I'm going to just add multiple curve lines, getting a little bit smaller, one in the center. And then you just want to do your little, the inside of the light bulb. So kind of just a little like thing that connects for a light bulb. You could even do some little things that look like science symbols. That's another little filler idea. Oh, that's off the page. Let's do one more thing here. You can also do things like to kind of cover your geometry. I'm going to do two different ones. So I'm going to do a square as good as I can. And then it's going to have, you're going to do the angled line out, angled line over, connect these two, come down but short, and then connect these two. And then on the inside, to be super fancy, you're going to do the little dashed lines. So you're making yourself a cube. And then over here, let's do another version of that. And you're going to draw a triangle. And then I'll put my little square here, my little dash line on the corners, and then you can label your sides, A, B, C. You could put those in multiple places. And then you could do things like write learning words. So, or write words, write teachers write, rock, write back to school, write I love school. Learning is fun. You can fill it with lots of fun little things like that too. You can put, question marks, exclamation points. Lots of fun little filler ideas you can do inside your school doodles page. You could do another lunchbox. We've done lunchboxes before, and I'm kind of running slim on the room. So at this point, if I was finishing this, basically what I would do is I would just be going in and I would be adding some of these little items all in the empty spaces. So just filling some more of this empty space with some of my little symbols, or maybe I add some words, or, do a couple of your littler drawings. You can even do little circle tacks, circle pins, stars. Kids often are getting stars when they're in school. So those are all some different ideas that you can do on your school doodle page. I hope you have fun with yours. I will be scanning this and loading it into the group here shortly with the drawing that I did on Wednesday. I will be here again tomorrow, Saturday. We have a sip and draw. We're going to do the movie Grease. That is our theme for tomorrow. So, get your Grease outfits out and listen to your soundtrack, and we'll have some fun drawing that. And otherwise, if you are only drawing on the weekdays, we are back on Wednesday, which for this household will be the first day of school. It is very likely that Wednesday drawing will just be uploaded. It won't be live because I will be figuring out school with my son. So maybe I'll surprise you and I'll be there. We kind of have to see how the day goes. So if you are in California, definitely stay cool. We are in a heat wave. Drink lots of water, stay inside, wear your sunscreen, and have a super great weekend. Happy drawing, guys.